Hi there. Today we'll be using coffee filters and washable markers to create wonderful works of art, just like these. Have fun, get creative, and enjoy. Today we're going to be doing an awesome science experiment using coffee filters and markers. You will also need some water, which you can either have in a squirt bottle or a small little container. I've got this glass mason jar to show you an awesome effect of this process. First, you're going to take your coffee filter and you're going to lay it out flat. I've got some paper towels. This is going to get a bit messy. Awesome. Once you lay it out flat, we're going to be using our three primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, to start off this experiment. I am just going to be using a little bit of each color, where I'm doing a small circle around. Now notice I'm not using the point of my marker, I'm actually using the edge to lay out a large amount of color at once. And that is going to be our material for this experiment. You will then need a clip of some sort, whether that be a paper clip, a little box clip, or a clothespin. You're going to fold these up then to form a nice little cone. I'm going to fold it again one more time so you see. Fold it in half, then half again, and then another half. I can fold it also again one more time. You can see my yellow are all lined up, my red and my blue, and then I'm going to take my little clothespin. Now on to the experiments. I've got my little jar. This is just regular old water. And I've got my clothespin artwork. I'm going to put it in the jar and we're going to look at the colors and see what happens. Oh. You can kind of start to see something's going on with that yellow. Perfect. Now I'm going to pull this out so we can take a look at what happened exactly. This is a process called osmosis. It's when water diffuses across a surface. Now we just use water and the science of osmosis to create a beautiful tie-dye art piece. And you can look where those colors meet. We have our other colors. We've got orange, and right here we almost have some purple. Now I can let this dry, fold it up like this. If you want, you can always use a hair dryer to quicken this process. And if it's a nice day out, you can lay this outside, opened up. This is when having paper is pretty nice. Just like this. I'm actually going to put this on a piece of paper and I'm going to make another art piece. This is a print that will be created from the wet marker on my white paper. kind of like homemade tissue paper. Now I can take a rock, leave it outside, and it will dry nice and flat. If you have a squirt bottle, you can also do the same experiment, but a little different. You're going to take your coffee filter out, and you can color any way you want. I am going to color our color wheel on this coffee filter, as it is a nice, lovely circle. I'm going to take my marker. I'm going to do a couple stripes of red. And then going to move it, and I'm going to do our other primary color here, which will be yellow. Now our last primary color is going to go right here, blue. Now, when we mix red and blue, we end up making purple, a secondary color. I'm going to put just a little bit of purple in between them. When they mix, they should make purple still. Red and yellow, when mixed together, make orange. And yellow and blue, when mixed together make green. Awesome. Now you can see I put a lot more color than I did with our last experiment. You're then going to take a piece of paper. You could just have a newspaper or any other sort of scrap paper down underneath, because this way it gets a little bit more messy. I'm going to put a regular white paper here though, because I'm going to check out the cool image that gets left behind after I spray it with water. So here we go. Ooh, you can already start to see those colors spread. Awesome. Now I saturated my paper quite a bit. You can see there's a lot of water and there is a lot of funky things happening to those colors. I can let this dry and check it out later. You can make as many of these prints as you want. Experiment with the primary colors and the secondaries as well. You can make a rainbow artwork. I have right here one of my coffee filters I made a rainbow with, and I actually cut to make this beautiful shape. You can also create lovely tissue paper flowers. I'm going to show you with these how to make that flower. Awesome. You can have 3 or 2 coffee filters to make this flower. This one I used 3, so I'm going to use 3 again. What you need to do is line up your coffee filters in a nice row. So all 3 are back to back. You want the center flower to be on the very top of this bundle. You can then either take some glue and make a dot at each area to connect them in the middle, or if you're like me and have a stapler at home, you can use a stapler. I'm just going to line this up to the middle and push down, just like that. Now I'm going to take this and flip it over, and I'm going to fold this in half. I'm then going to open it up and fold it in half again the other way. Now I am going to grab that center I have, and I'm going to kind of pinch them together to make this nice little point. I can fluff this up then, and I can take a pencil and attach it with either a little bit of tape, oops, there we go, or string. I just have regular old Scotch tape I've ripped off, and I'm going to tape it to my pencil. Just like that. If you have a pipe cleaner, you can also do the same thing at home. Now I can take my petals and I can move them around to create my lovely flower. If you want, you can take a little bit of string, cut a little part of it, and wrap this string around the end of that pencil to cover up that tape. Now I made sure to save my end of my string right there. You can then tie it in a little knot, and if you want, tie it in a bow. This is going to be a little lazy bow. There we go. Just like that.